5K. We've also hit 800 videos, and we're nearing to 2 million total channel views. So a couple big milestones there. But I'm gonna make a tutorial for 5K because I said I would. And I've had a lot of people asking me for this tutorial for a while, but I'm gonna be showing basically how to make like Holler V2 type beats, like Richie Souf, Art Dealer, Pierre, all the people that worked in that time. I was also gonna do an Osama Sun tutorial, but everyone on the poll voted for Carti, so if you still want me to do that, just let me know. But for this one, I'm gonna be doing this one. But let me break it down this beat because I think it's one of my best probably in this style. It's also, you know, I don't know. I think it's just one of my best. So yeah, basically just gonna be breaking down like my thought process and everything. This one killed my CPU though. Someone pointed out that the melody is actually kind of like King Vamp, because it is quite, this bass line is quite similar. But basically I started with this melody, I think. The CPU's dying on me. Basically for these kind of beats, like Richie Souf specifically, this is kind of his style. You want like really airy sounds, like pads and like plucks and stuff that kind of just really atmospheric and ethereal sounds. There isn't a lot of like strong synth. There's not a lot of like distorted synths or like, you know, stuff like that's used in rage beats and stuff. It's very much like atmospheric and kind of airy sounds. I think like they kind of sound windy. I don't know if that's a good way to describe them. But then I got this pattern as well, which is just the chords without the little melody. This shit's killing my CPU, dog. And then I think that's just the same melody again on a different preset. That's probably my favorite sound. I think I'll show you the sounds in this. So that one's Chime Wash. So FX actually. And then the first two are, the first one is, let me see, Pressure Dome, which is like one of the, it's kind of like an ARP, I guess. And then this pad, I think this is actually, I think this is what I started with. It's called Vox Choir. I think I started with this on this Zonology. Like originally this beat sounded completely different. Like it had different sounds, and then I just changed the sound. And I was like, oh, it's kind of a Richie Souf kind of thing. And then I've got this bell like counter melody thing here. Pretty cool. Definitely very much something I could hear Carti on in that V2 era. Like, you know, songs like Money and Drugs have like pluck sounds, and like Headshot, which is this is called, it has that kind of like swooshy pulsating pad thing. And then, you know, You Can Do It Too is kind of similar to this. I believe this is, yeah, it's another bell as well. Or it's the lead actually, which is not actually very common for Richie Souf type beats. He doesn't really, you know, do that. But moving on to the drums, they're pretty simple. It's just like kind of classic his style thing, just like the snap and stuff like that. Also, this hi-hat pattern, or open hat pattern, sorry, is very common. They kind of like, you know, clap kind of thing. I've got the headshot perk as well, which is in, it's in a whole lot of red drum kit I have. I'm not going to look for it right now, but I can show it people if they want. Then this hi-hat pattern is pretty simple, just a few rolls, which is kind of, he does sometimes, like sometimes he'll do a simple two-step, but sometimes he does this kind of like random little rolls there, but still pretty simple, not crazy. You don't really want to overdo it with the drums. The main focus is the melodies and making sure they sound really good, because that's the most important thing in his beats. That's like the best parts of his beats. And then we get the 808 pattern, just follow the bass line, pretty simple. This is going to be completely unedited because I don't know how to edit, but yeah, I used two 808s for this. He uses the Zay a lot, this kind of Zay, but there's also other ones that he uses. He also uses the spins a lot. I don't think he really uses two 808s in one beat. I've never really heard that, but I like to do that a lot, and I do it most of the time, so I did. Oh shit. Then I added a kick as well, which, if he does that in some, like trying to get down and stuff. And then we have this effect, I think is the little turntable effect. Yeah, that's used in You Can Do It Too, and um, maybe some other songs, I'm not sure. And then I have my tag
Charlie?
here,
What?
which is, I think this is the first beat I ever used my tag on, but altogether it sounds like this, or should come up with something like this. So yeah, there you go. So I make Richie Souf type beats specifically. If you want me to do more tutorials, let me know. Especially if you want that Samsung tutorial, because I've been making a lot of stuff like that recently. But yeah, I have another tutorial I made a couple of months ago, maybe even a year ago now. That was more of an art dealer kind of thing. And Pierre Bourne style is pretty similar to this, like this. But yeah, this is definitely like a Richie Souf type beat. But yeah, hopefully you guys fuck with that. And yeah, thank you for 5K. It's crazy. And didn't think I'd ever get like 5K subscribers ever, but it's fire. So yeah.